Too much? Too much? You okay?
That's good.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
good.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
It's very good.
Okay, I said it all. Now you can go home.
Bye.
I took a workshop from Ansel Adams. Ansel Adams taught only view cameras. I could not afford view cameras, so I made my own. I went over there. He said, "What is this?" I said, "That's a view camera." He said, why did you do it?" I said, "Well, you teach view camera, and I don't have any, so I had to make my own." He said, "I want to take pictures with this thing." So the next day I was there, and he took a few pictures. I never saw the pictures he took, but he was happy with it. The camera is unlimited movement. When you increase the
That was me. Did that come from the right or the left? Anybody know?
zero
I would like right.
Okay.
It was that way.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
here,
Yeah. Fine, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, you're
Okay.
fine.
No, we didn't mean you needed to turn right. He wanted to know where the squeal was coming.
can I sit
Which
on your
speaker?
lap? Can I send it? Are you answering me? Can I sit on your lap?
Sure.
Okay. Tomorrow morning at 8:30. Where was I?
You can't.
Ansel Adams
Yeah.
took some pictures with
Well,
your camera.
I did not have a view camera, so I make my view camera. I took it over there. He says, "What the hell is this?" I said, "That's a view camera." "Why?" "Well, you teach view camera. I don't have any, so I made my own." He wanted to use it, see how it works. Now the camera that I made is unlimited movements. The front goes as far as you can, 4 feet actually. The back goes the same and rotates all angles, and it goes up and down. And he was very impressed with it. He wanted to take pictures with it. He did it. I never saw the negatives. And that's how we got to know his group of people.
Here it is.
Why don't you walk there and you can point to it?
This is the camera, by the way, that I made.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Patrick, you're in charge of my pants. If they fall too far down, you're gonna put it up. Okay. He's a friend of mine. He doesn't look friendly, but he is. This is $80. The rest of it was just plywood with some veneer on it, $20. So this whole thing costs $100.
Back in what?
Yeah.
What time? What year? What year?
What year? It was 1923, before I was born.
it's holding up pretty good.
It is, the quality of this is it can go as far as it can, so lenses, like it is a 100 millimeter lens, this has to be 200 millimeter long in order just to focus. So I wanted to have that. I don't know why, but I'm crazy enough to do all kinds of stuff. This is one of them.
Hossein, which end does the plate go on?
Problem with this was
Can't
that
hear
this come down too far. I had one of these in the middle so I could hold it in the center. And the difficulty was for these lock up. Oh, this is open.
This one will turn.
Okay. And I could use all kinds of movements this way I also produce
This one.
And so, I don't know, let's turn it
Yeah.
through so they can see how this movement works.
Wow.
as-
There's all kinds
That's-
of movements on each plane.
let's shift. Let's see if we could do some.
Pivot.
No, I mean this way, that way.
It's a little bit shellac is a little frozen. I tried it.
Is it? You did try it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't guarantee everything you do is going to work. Anyway, I took it over there. He looked at it. He first was surprised what it is when I explained it and why I have it made, because I couldn't afford a view camera, so I made my own. He wanted to use it because he wanted to use all these movements that I have. All the other ones, the cameras are thousands of dollars worth. They do not have the movements that this has. This has movements this way, that way, saws in the back, and it goes extended as far. So I could use a 1,000 millimeter lens in here, that goes back 2,000. Because 1,000 over here is 2,000 focuses over here. And I don't know what else to tell you about this.
The glass plate?
Glass plate? Yeah. I have the back. The back goes in here, and then I lock it, take the picture, I focus it, take the picture, then I take it out.
Hossein, explain why a view camera is so important for the people that might not know.
Which part of the camera?
Why those movements are so important. Explain why those are so important.
The movements.
You think I know what I'm doing?
I do.
Okay, when move this, the bottom of the picture stays the same size. At the top, because it's farther out, it gets bigger. So I can focus in the bottom and move it back and forth so I would have the whole plane focused. So as the front. That's the same damn thing. I mean, excuse me, I didn't mean to say damn thing. It's the same thing. Same thing, same thing. So, same. No, I just gotta say it, the same damn thing.
We're adults.
Can I offer something briefly?
The good thing about this is I could extend it for as far as back I can get, front and back. I could move back and forth, twist around both front and back. These are every one of the movements that you do with this. It changes the size of your image. So if the top of your image is too big, bring it back, it becomes. The whole idea is to make an image the same size as it should be. And Adam looked at it and said, I like to take pictures of this. This is strange. I'm sorry. I said, I'm strange, but I do things that nobody else can. Nobody else can have this camera. Why? I could extend it as far as I can. All I have to do is slide it back and forth. And if this is too short, I could put it longer. I could move. Patrick, where are you? This is Patrick. This is my left hand and my right hand.
Then
Both
he can hold
is-
the microphone.
Okay. Show them the movements in the front and the back.
Do you want me to explain the movements real quick?
What?
You want me to explain the movements real quick?
Oh,
Do
absolutely.
you guys want to hear quickly why this is important? Why
Sure.
why the movements are? When you have a focal plane, when you have in a standard camera, your lens is parallel with the film plane. And if you look at a side view, your film plane is parallel. For example, this plane of where the film is at, this plane is where the lens is at. And as you change the relative angle for the front lens or the back film, what it allows for is for changing the focal points or focal planes that you can focus a camera on. And the word Scheinflug, I don't know if you've heard of it, but the principle of changing the focal plane is very controllable with these kinds of cameras. You can lay down two planes and they can be in different directions, and you don't have to do your focusing with necessarily aperture. You can do it leaving your lens virtually wide open or somewhere in a reasonable range and get incredible movements. This back tilts this way, it turns sideways, and with that combination, if you can visualize a plane going up into space along the film, and this plane along the lens going up in that direction, they meet at a certain point. And there's calculations that you can run, and Terry can probably tell you this all day long, but those planes then become very controllable. And what Hossein was doing was he didn't have those controls and wanted to build a camera that had incredible amounts of control, and that baby does it. It's an incredible piece of machinery.
It takes muscles.
Brain power too.
Now, what do you want to know about this?
Does it change when you're taking a picture of a tall building? Is it still small at the top and big at the bottom? Or is it?
I could take a picture of a tall building like this by taking half of the building and then move it the other half. That's a little bit difficult because you have to match the two. But this you could lay it down. The further you lay it down, the further it shows up, and this will be able to focus. So the problem with this is to be able to focus whatever you're aiming at.
And it corrects for perspective, right?
Parallax control.
Yeah.
That's perspective.
Yeah,
Do you have any
things
pictures?
have to be vertical.
Do you have any pictures here that you took with that?
What I do with this, I make this vertical. This is maximum size change right here. So I bring it back and forth until I have the vertical, and then I will move this to focus. Of course, it has limits and all of it, but this is the maximum things you can do with this.
I don't think we've got a picture here to show for that. He's got some other pictures he wants to show
No,
you.
that's, we do have a picture.
Yeah, Rosie asked, do we have a picture here that you took with that camera?
But it doesn't show parallax. But it is a beautiful image. Shall I bring this out and you
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah,
This
That's
is
not
his,
it. No, that's
no? No, that's
no,
not,
no.
that's not it.
the big one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here.
Explain. Let's wait a minute. First show the one in the book,
Yeah.
and then tell the story. Hossein, about the fact of what you went through to get the picture we're going to show.
what I went through to take the picture.
I don't know if it's taken with that camera or not, but it was taken at the time of Ansel Adams.
What she has this image of Ansel Adams and my image of Ansel Adams, and she thinks mine is better than his.
Okay.
This is Ansel Adams' photography book. This is a photograph that Ansel Adams took of what is it? White House ruins. White House ruins.
And he got that because he was in a certain position.
What?
Hossein, can you tell the story? He was in a certain position,
Yeah.
and you went to a different
Yeah,
position.
Yeah. You can tell the story about this.
What you had to carry?
Oh, sorry. I was,
We got the other picture right here.
yeah.
It is better.
Yeah.
I went to take this picture, but where I was this spot. This picture was. Adams was. So I wanted to go somewhere else where I take a picture that no one else has. But I had to cross some river. I asked some Indians down there, is there some place I could go across? They showed me. I had to go about a quarter mile down, and then ice would allow me to go. So I went over the ice broke, and I went over in, but I keep jumping on it until as soon as the ice broke, I jumped to the next piece, until I got this place.
All the while carrying his equipment in tripods.
85-pound backpack.
With that camera?
This camera?
With this camera?
No, not with this camera.
No.
So tell what happened with these two photographs. Do you know what photograph it is?
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference between that one and this one?
That one and this one?
Mm-hmm.
You think this is better?
Yeah.
It's because she's my wife.
No, it is better.
Ansel said that was better. This is Ansel's picture photograph. That's his. Ansel said that was better than this.
Wow.
And then when he said that, I saw all the pictures that I took there.
I guess that's
Anything else I need to say?
Got yours are going this
and
way.
when he went across the
Yours
river
are going
and
this
he
way.
fell through the ice, he broke your what?
My back.
But didn't know until when?
Until 2 weeks after I get back.
He drove all the way back, going to school,
And then the fourth day I could no longer move my neck.
and he was in traction.
Yeah, for 3 months.
Oh my God.
Everything's flowing more together on that one. It's all.
Was there a question about that?
No, I was just noting that that's all more in one piece, and down below it's all flowing one piece, and that
It's more
one's
dynamic.
right, and that one's chopped up. It's little pieces.
There are no details in that one. I don't know if it's how they printed it, but it's.
And it was the opposite. This one's going this way, and that's going that way.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
I may not be able to take the picture. I can tell what it looks like.
I didn't see that. I felt more detail. Clearly, it was more detail.
This had more of a larger.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to say?
Simplistic.
Oh, thanks.
The other one
Is there
was
anything
kind
you
of
wanted to say about inventing an enlarger for 8 by 10 negatives?
About what?
Inventing an enlarger for 8 by 10 negatives?
Yes. I invented an enlarger so I could print negatives that I took with this camera. You don't have an enlarger that size of negative, so you have to make your own, or you could pay $25,000 to get one of those professional ones. Well, I was poor and didn't have 25. I didn't even have 21,000. So I had my own stuff. In other words, what I'm telling you, I was lucky enough to make some things worthwhile making. That's all I can say.
How about inventing a photographic developer?
Okay.
Is that something else you want to say?
Because I was doing large negatives in a developer, the developer would exhaust itself after 2 or 3 negatives. So I had to make my own developer with the chemicals that I know, so it would last a lot longer. So you could you could develop a negative more than once or twice. And I had a formula for that. It took me 7 years to make that.
When you have a
Put the mic
Oh yeah.
when you have a
That's better.
photograph,
Which end? This end or this end?
Doesn't matter.
Did you hear me? All of it? Did you got it so far?
when you have a photograph that's at of a plane that's at a large angle to the axis of the lens,
Speak up just a
then you
little.
have
Can't hear you.
differences in magnification. But Hossein could correct that in the printing by essentially inverting that process.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I could correct some of the mistakes that I have made while taking the picture in the development.
Okay. How Has spending time with Ansel changed your perspective?
Well,
I should have it.
most people, when they see someone with that caliber of knowledge, you want to take a photograph with it, you want to listen to it, and all the things that is totally unnecessary. I was into learning how he saw things, how he did things. So I was right next to him and watching him, how he does things. And I had some friends who were there, they wanted a photograph with him. And they sell it at the camera club, at the
Art fair?
art fair. Here's Ansel Adams, here's him, and send the picture. I wasn't there for that.
Another question, how was spending time with Ansel, how did it change his perspective?
Well, his perspective was that someone else can make a camera that can be used and it would be efficient, good, and nice to have. He no longer looked at cameras that he could buy at a store. He could order it. And somewhere in New York they could actually have the camera made like that. What's the name of the... I forget the name.
Kodak? Kodak?
Not Kodak, no. Anyway, there is a place in New York that make your camera for you the way you want it. And I bought my billows from there.
How
New billows.
did Ansel see? You said you wanted to see how he saw. How did he see, and what effect did that have on the way that you saw scenes that you might want to photograph?
Well, what I normally see, I stand back and look at what they do. I don't want to get into what they do and copy what they do, but I need to know how they do things, what they do things, and how long would it take before they actually take something that is worthwhile taking.
Ready for another subject?
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about your beginnings, your first camera and these things here.
Oh, this is my beginning camera. I had a girlfriend in Iran,
It's a Minox.
which, because I was in Iran, I was not able to take a look at him and actually take a picture of him. So I stole her pictures with this camera. That's a Minox. It's a small camera. You don't notice it. And then, after that, I got so many things that I developed in my years of photography. I developed a system. This side says all the things you needed to know about placing the picture. This is all the things you have to do in order to correct exposure. And nobody has this. And so I haven't that much.
So now you have one for every individual picture, is that what that is?
I didn't hear that.
You
One for
have
every
one of
single
these for every picture you took?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's your full record of how the picture was taken and printed.
The place that I put the image left and right. And then over here, I wrote down all the things I need to do to develop this negative. And it went into the same sleeve where the negative was. And I made a mistake. Sometimes I put this in front of the negative where the emulsion is. As a result, I ruined the emulsion, and that negative was no longer useful to me. So after a few of them, I learned to put it in the back of the image.
You can come up and take a look later. Ready for the next thing?
Yeah, next thing.
Next
I'm
thing.
not going to dance, so forget that. Oh.
Okay, about
Sorry.
your father coming
Sing?
to the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Your father coming to the U.S. You want to tell the story?
Yeah. My father came to U.S.
Take it out.
and I took a picture of a nude because I thought he never seen one. He hasn't. When you're in Iran, when you go to your nudeness in your life or marriage, you close your eyes. And that's stupid, isn't it? So I don't think he saw any woman with, full body thing. So I took this picture. He said, "You're not supposed to see the face of a woman." I said, "Okay. This is, you don't see their face, but nobody says you can't see anything else." He liked it and he took it home.
He didn't give it back.
Looks like
He
some
wouldn't
big
give it
teeth.
back.
And did your
I know
father?
I'm evil, but it's fun. Anything else?
Yep.
Oh.
Saving Fayette.
Saving Fayette. Fayette is a village which has got some real old buildings, and I was walking down there with a teacher who was giving a lecture on Fayette.
In 1979.
He was saying that this is the last time he's going to be there because he was a teacher and they weren't going to support him anymore. So I took a picture of Fayette.
It's near Wisconsin.
No, it's another. It's 2 hours. No.
The Upper Peninsula is there.
Well, it's right on the.
All right, so let's show a couple of pictures.
It's about 125 miles west of the bridge. South of 2.
I was walking down there as a teacher was there who was giving lectures on this place, and this teacher said, "That's the last time I'm going to be here because they're going to close this place up. It's not worth it." So I went to see Senator Faust. I said, "I'd like to show you some images that you guys don't care much." They saw the image, they accepted, and they developed it. Now is a real nice place to go and visit. And when you go there,
It's a ghost town.
you should go see it.
It's a state park, right? It's a state park.
Yeah, that's one wall on this side of it.
If you haven't been there to photograph,
Please do.
you gotta go there.
Yeah.
The camera club there. Didn't we go a few years ago? The camera club there.
Camera from when?
Yeah, we went there a couple years ago.
Good, I'm glad you did that. This is one light in the window in the place that I was just talking about. And that light is really, really beautiful to look at. Isn't it?
Is that on your lighthouse list?
No, this is the building that you could see. Inside the building, this light is there.
That's it.
Hossein, how old were you when you started to get into photography? How old were you
How old was I?
when you got into photography?
Very young.
16?
Worse than that.
Okay.
I said, I want to take a picture of that road that I like.
Yeah?
And I couldn't.
You were
do it.
17.
I had to sneak in.
Okay.
So, and I was pretty active, female-wise.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I was talking about his outfit.
What's his next topic?
Yeah, okay. The next one is, where your photographs are displayed or have been displayed. This is Power Center.
Power Center was the first one. Actually, Power Center, when they first made it, I was the first one that put the pictures there on the walls around the house.
Yeah, he's going to show you the one that was displayed there. This is from 1980. And the photograph that he put up in the Power Center, that's this one. That's his signature photograph.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
Beautiful.
Spirit Island.
Did you take it with this camera? What did you take?
Did you take it with the view camera?
This taken with the view camera.
It is.
With
I
that view
took-
camera or another view
I
camera?
took many days to walk to it and take a picture of it.
Is it in
But then later
Canada?
on they had a boat which will take 6 hours to get to it.
Where is this?
Where is it?
It's in Banff, right? We're in Canada.
Yeah, it's in Canada.
Canada.
I forget where.
In Jasper,
Jasper,
Canada. Jasper, Canada. Yeah.
And you said
Beautiful.
something has changed, you can't get this picture.
Yeah, there's this little tree right here. This little tree is not there anymore. That little one on your right.
It's full, just like another tree.
Yeah, when I went there with him, it wasn't there anymore. So that, okay, and some of the other places that it's displayed. What's this one?
Or
Um,
if you sit down at the road,
Yeah.
Is there if there's anything you want to say about any of these places?
Why don't you read them, Judy?
Yeah, I'm going to read them and then see if there's anything.
You read it.
U of M,
Take the microphone.
U of M, a gallery in Birmingham, Michigan. He doesn't remember the name of that. Smithsonian Institute of the DIA, Art Institute of Chicago, and they're still there. If you go to a curator, ask for it, they'll give you gloves and you can read through this.
Back up a little bit. Hold it right by your mouth. Hold it right by your mouth. There you go.
And you can go and look at them at the Art Institute of Chicago even now.
Hold it right to your mouth.
The Camera Obscura Gallery in Denver, Colorado. Penkill Castle, Scotland. And Dusseldorf, Germany.
Wow.
Those are the places
That's pretty.
that his photographs have been displayed in. The next thing was, is there anything you wanted to say about any of those? No? Okay.
They're on display in my living room.
Oh, yeah, and many living rooms. Also, the countries that he has photographed. Well, he's been to Alaska 3 times. That's the U.S., but it's a long way away. Nova Scotia,
Back up.
God, Canada, Mexico in the 1960s. Tell them how come you couldn't go to Mexico.
I went there, they tell me turn around and wash I mean, shave your beard, then come back. I said, fuck you. I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't want to be.
He said it in Spanish.
Yeah.
And so he never got to Mexico, still hasn't been to Mexico. And as he was walking back, the American, what are they called? The customs people? Border
When
people?
I turned around to come back to America, those guys understood
They were
that
smiling.
they were turning me
knowing.
around. They knew I was going to be turned around.
Scotland?
Yeah.
Dusseldorf, Germany. Were you in Germany?
No,
But we did do Germany, that's
A
right.
friend of mine came to America and took those images to Dusseldorf.
But we were in Germany, we took photographs in Germany.
Yeah.
China, India, Turkey, and of course Iran. The last,
Hold the mic up.
the last thing, okay. How has seeing the world through a camera lens changed over time?
Well, when you see things with two eyes, two dimensions, actually 3 dimensions. But then when you close one eye or you take a picture with a camera, it's only 2 dimensions. So the views are different. And it brings you different feelings of seeing the world in 2 dimensions rather than 3 dimensions. It's because it is 2 dimensions, it is look much prettier. Because you take away 1/3 of the image, the rest of it will be your emotions, your imagination, which to me is much more important.
That's really cool.
Let's say that I was important, and that's it. I was important, I wasn't. Okay, we're done.
Would you like to read all 2 poems?
Sure, you got a poem?
Hold the mic right up close.
Like 2 candles rushing to make the same flame, like 2 ocean waves rushing to meet the shores, like waterfalls free-falling to resemble the naked power of beauty, like a songbird saying, I'm singing my heart out for you. Like night rushing to meet the sun to give birth to a new day. Tell me, is this not a tapestry of love, which is our home?
That's it. And of course, he helped restart digitizers. We wouldn't be here without Hossein. Any questions, comments?
The reason she likes me is because she likes me.
And we found this beautiful photograph of Hossein's. I know everybody wants to claim it, but can anybody truthfully claim that they took this photograph or know who took this photograph? We thought it was Fritz. He's that good. But he said no. We don't know who took it, but it's like absolutely stunning.
I remember him being a model in the class. He chose that from the photograph at night. From portrait night, he chose it and chose that one to work on. I don't know.
Oh, he worked on that.
Well, we were in a class together, a portrait class together, and I know he was a model once, so that could well have been something he set up and he actually took. Because I have one of him from that class.
Yeah, he's taken his own photograph.
That may be why it's got his name on it. Maybe you should go back.
Maybe it's a self-portrait.
Yes, I have done many.
Yeah, his first poetry book, the front cover is a self-portrait. So he has done nice ones. Okay.
You have a little long tool which whatever you want to set, take your picture, you set, and then you push your feet and
Hold the microphone.
of that, it takes the picture.
We can't hear you.
Excuse me, I didn't say that. But I did say
Yeah, when you talk about the fire
The original selfie.
I talk from both sides of my mouth, is
put
that?
it near your.
Okay, this is this side of my mouth. Yeah.
What's your favorite subjects in terms of photographing? Architecture? What do you like?
My favorite subject in photograph is nature and nudes.
And
Nudes is very, very difficult to do because it's got so many movements within a real area. Breast, back, forward, and all that. And it's very difficult to do. Yes.
You said you've taken lots of self-portraits. Have you ever taken one of a nude self-portrait?
Whoa.
I wouldn't do it nude because right now my face isn't worth a damn look at. Yeah,
Why did you choose photography as your art form?
as my art form,
As your expression, a way to express yourself? What drew you to it?
I always wanted to be a painter. I wasn't able to. Then I wanted to be something else. I wasn't able to. But putting up a camera and take a picture, I was able to. Anybody can do that.
And I wanted you all to note his t-shirt tonight. Life is like a camera. You focus on what's important, capture the good times, and if things don't work out, take another shot.
What was your favorite
We all
place?
guys having a good time. If there are any food, yes.
What was your favorite place to take
My
photographs?
favorite place
Or do you have one?
to photograph.
Yeah. Like if what was,
Yosemite.
It was so sad. Last time we
But
went
not
there,
lately because the fall is no longer there.
yeah, the last time we went, there was no fall. No fall. There was the drought. There was no fall.
The water.
There was no water.
water?
It's even in the spring.
Waterfall, yeah.
My second place is Utah.
Oh, Utah. Oh, that's a good.
Tremendous amount of rocks, mountains. Really, really beautiful to be there. Any
I don't
questions?
know to ask.
I could answer questions because I'm full of bullshit. Question, yes.
When did you start doing poetry?
I did poetry when I came to America. I missed my parents. I missed my grandmother. I wanted to say some things about my life in America, but I was not able to do that. So I started
Start moving.
writing, and people thought what I write because it was emotion from my grandmother, who was very, very dear to me. And she never knew that I was married. I had a son, and I was really bad for me.
Why did you leave Iran?
Why?
Why did you leave Iran?
Iran left me. Why did I? This is a serious question. I missed a lot of my friends who came to America. I missed all my good friends just keep coming to America.
Okay. Okay.
So I wanted to be with them.
Yeah. Okay.
And when was that? What year?
What year?
55. Hossein?
80?
55.
55.
That's before the revolution. That's before the revolution. Yeah. Wow.
There's been a request to talk about this picture.
Okay.
Nargis.
Her name is Nargis. Nargis is it the name of a flower? Narcissus.
Put that closer to
Yeah. Wow. I was with her parents insisted that we go to their house, stay overnight, which we were not able to. So we went from the mountain to the middle of the mountain, to the bottom of the mountain. They were there, they were asking me to go visit them. And we finally gave up and went to visit them. And in the morning, I just got up and her face was right in front of me. And I couldn't do anything else but love it the way it shows itself. It's a very beautiful, beautiful young lady. She will live in my heart forever because of the way she is. A beautiful human being. Wow.
She's 17.
Her face, see her eyebrows are not plucked so they're being nice and looking. It's just beautiful, natural, wonderful, beautiful lady.
Hossein, how long does it take you to work on a photo like that? How much time does it take you to work on a photo like that?
To take it?
No, after you take it, when you work on it before you print it.
To work on it. Once I take the picture, the work is done. Most of the picture is how to frame it, how to take picture. After that is the same thing. You can't do anything. I could work on the colors, but that's all I did. Enhance the colors and soften the image so it'll be more touchable.
Did she have lipstick on?
Not for long.
Did she have lipstick on?
No. But sorry, she did not have lipstick on, but I put it on.
Yourself.
I enhanced the color
Yeah.
and took away.
Did you smooth your
Yeah.
skin out? Or was your skin that smooth?
17.
When you see a face like that, you just sink into it. And whatever you do with it is going to be beautiful. It's the natural beauty of the person. So I couldn't really do anything with it.
How did you get such wonderful feeling of depth in this photograph. It's quite amazing to me.
Well, when you see around you, you also look for the foreground. If the foreground in a certain way and the background blends with it, obviously it invites you to go there and take a picture.
I invite you to take my pictures anytime.
I will do it.
I wasn't supposed to be a part of this presentation, and I don't want to become a part of this presentation, but I feel compelled to say something because you said something about the time that we became friends. And I want to focus the attention on you, Hosain, and publicly thank you for your inspiration. You're a mentor and a teacher, and you shared your time, hours, weeks, days, months, years, inspiring people around you to do beautiful things with their photography. And the energy that you've emitted and imparted into people like me is extremely appreciated. And I want the focus to be right there and you to absorb the gratitude that I'm sure a lot of people share to you. I just want you to hear that.
Thank you.
My gratitude to my friends are that they tell me what's good that I do, and I do that well. I will not know without my friends what to do. When they look at some of my stuff, say, that's good, well, okay, if that's good, I'll do some more of that. If they don't say anything, I won't. Bart, can I sit on your lap?
Yes,
Okay.
anytime.
We're gonna
But I'm not responsible for the chair when it collapses.
We're gonna put a light on over there. Maybe Badfoot, you could put that light on over there so people can see the photographs and the food and help yourselves. Thank you for coming.
Thank you,
It's
Hosain.
been a wonderful renewal for us.
I love you and thank you for being here.
Thank you.